So my TEI partnership has really developed over the years. From where we started to today, it's become a much more defined and much more intense relationship. And by that I mean that when we first started, our focus was primarily on establishing one specific event per year, which was the President's Forum, which is a day of learning for C-suite executives in and around the Washington, D.C. area. Today, because of the fact that we've all been working together for so long, and because there's a level of trust, and because it's a select group of executives who we trust as professionals to support each other in their various areas of expertise, I find that we're cross-referring business to each other because we understand each other's business to that level, and we trust each other to bring them into our own books of business to enhance our own books of business. So for me, it's like having a whole group of partners that I never had before.
We have definitely obtained new clients and new sources for our clients to use other professionals as a result of these relationships. So everyone benefits from it. If we can't help someone, we will try to bring someone to the fore who can help whoever we're talking to.
As a TEI board member, you're no longer viewed as an individual all to your own. You're part of a group of diverse experts that come from various different backgrounds. So I now have a much more robust solution of trusted advisors to offer to any client for any client need. That does help me get more business, and it does allow me to walk in the door and say, I do have solutions, I do have partners.
We have different forum speakers over the years. Last year's speakers were Ted Leonsis and Seth
Goldman from Honest Tea. Seth Goldman is the David in a house of Goliath. He sold his company to Coca-Cola, and he's now fighting with Coca-Cola about sugar content in drinks across the country and around the globe. And it's really an amazing story for a guy that you can see walking around the streets and having breakfast and lunch in downtown Bethesda, and is easily approachable, and wrote a really neat book about his experience in a cartoon format. Those were my two favorites.
I feel the TEI relationship has allowed me to become a more trusted advisor because I'm being referred to them by other business owners, by people that they trust. And if somebody that you trust refers somebody to you, you're going to see them as a more trusted person.
We have every year smaller, lesser known entrepreneurs who tell their stories, and all of us who are entrepreneurs benefit from meeting them and learning from their stories, their successes, as well as their failures.
I moderated one of the panels, and one of the participants walked up to me and shook my hand and said, I need to be your client. Considering all I did was direct traffic and I barely spoke at the event, but there were a few things that I had said that had resonated with her.
I've actually attended several TEI forums before, and they have all been excellent. This one I think was one of the most excellent.
So I absolutely like the strategy component of talking with people who are ahead of us or behind us or with us in our development process, and hearing how they're working and what works well and what doesn't. So absolutely.
They addressed my questions in particular directly. We were having discussions on transition planning, and I had some questions that affected me personally as well as my company, and they did an outstanding job of addressing them.
Sure. Well, it's been very interesting on a couple fronts. One is that there are several people that I've known from before joining TEI, so I've had a chance to deepen relationships with them. I've also been introduced to some other TEI members, which for me has been tremendous in terms of finding other complementary professionals, advisors, where we have common interests and where we can now work together, either with existing clients, identifying opportunities, and also find ways to collaborate further. So I think it's been good both for deepening relationships with existing people I know, as well as building new relationships.